Yeah, so recording is started. If you can just give a brief again about agenda, Sai.
Yeah, okay. Today agenda is like I will talk more on the error handling and we'll talk more on the deep on the how to build the custom modules. So this is what new like how to build the custom modules where we encapsulate the error handling technique. So we can build some global exception handlings techniques using MuleSoft provided plugins that I'll show in the demo in the last and I'll show the how to build the custom XML SDKs and yeah, this all about the agenda. We'll talk it more on the error handling. Yeah, this is all meetup leaders. Yeah, you can speak it, Nadish.
Sure. Thanks, Sai. Thanks for taking this up. Okay, hi everyone. I'm Nitish. I'm MuleSoft Meetup Leader for Bangalore and Surat MuleSoft Ambassador, having around 6 years of experience in MuleSoft, and I'm working in Growth Arc Technologies as Senior Integration Engineer in Bangalore. Yeah, Shyam.
Yeah, so myself, Shyamraj Prasad. I'm working as engineering leader at Tricon Infotech. I'm also like leader of Patna and Bangalore meetup group. And I'm also like MuleSoft ambassador and love to share knowledge related to MuleSoft and any other technology. Yeah, over to Abhishek. You will say.
Thank you, Sham. So, my name is Abhishek, part of Bangalore Meetup Group, and I am a MuleSoft mentor around uh, and working as a deputy manager for Deloitte India. Around 7 years of experience in MuleSoft. That's all. Sai, you can introduce yourself now.
Okay,
I think
so
we have Vanna also.
Vanna
okay.
joined.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, hi, Vanna.
So, hi everyone, this is Vandana, and I'm working as a technical consultant at Salesforce. I have over 5 plus years of experience. Yeah, welcome to all. You guys can carry on.
Uh, is that okay? So this is all we have co-hosted. This is all Baltimore meetup leaders, Ravi, and he's the success customer advisor for MuleSoft, and Manju is the integration developer for LHS. And yeah, this is all meetup leaders. And this is safe harbor statement. Both the speaker and host are organizing this meetup in individual capacity only. We are not representing our companies here. This presentation is strictly for learning purpose only. Organizer, presenter don't hold any responsibility. The same solution we work for business requirement also. This presentation is not meant for any promotional activities. Finally, this meeting will be recorded and shared in the meetup page within 24 hours after the completion of the meetup. Yeah, this safe forward statement. And yeah, myself, I'm Sai Krishna, currently working as a senior developer at Canva G1. I'm a certified integration and platform architect. Yeah, this is all short intro about me. Yeah, we'll go into the topic. Implementing error custom connector. This is what I'll show in the next coming pages. So how the module and how to build from the scratch, how to do it. And today, main concept is like error handling. We all know error handling. We'll do extensive error handling in our day-to-day development projects. But what more interesting in error handling is like if you do some smooth error handling in our projects, once the project is went into production, this will help you in the production. Once we go into the project into the production, we give like undesirable errors so that we need to tag it. So anytime you do with proper error handling in the large scale enterprise application, it will help you in the like near future once it is into the production, and it will easily tackle of your errors. So that we will going to see how to effectively handle it. Error module, yeah. We have this is all provided type of errors. We have segregated into two types. This any combination of all the development. We see the all these errors, connectivities, expressions with the data view. Critical errors come something we'll get it when we have a JVM in the JVM side, when you have a lots of memory and thread CPUs, you have any load, then we'll call it the critical errors. That's we have a two things. And system errors, we have both system errors and messaging errors. System errors is like that we can see in the when we are starting our application. Example, like we have a database. So in the runtime, in the deployment time, when in the console you will able to see is there any it will try to connect the connections. If you have anything failure of the connection, you will see the system errors. But this system errors we don't have control to handle it. It's the inbuilt from the system level. When the app is going to start it, you will see the system errors. Messaging errors, yeah, messaging errors is all about our control. We have two things. System errors we have is like system level. Messaging errors is all about the what we do in the daily of our development activities. So we have different concepts here in the messaging errors to tackle it. There's a different techniques, the components you will use in the messaging to tackle the messaging errors is like try catch, error, on error continue, propagate, and default error handling for the global exception handling. So we'll see all one by one in the next slides and the demo. But I'm giving the just brief differentiation what counts in the app in the when you're doing the app. Event processor, yeah, this like before understanding the what's the error objects and all. Before that, we like people who are new to the MuleSoft world. So this is like MuleSoft is a event-driven architecture. Everything in the Mule world, in the flow level, everything is a event. So if you have event, you will have a message, and the message having payload, variables, all the attributes, everything. So will you by it will it will travel in the thread as a event by event. So in the event, if anything event breaks in the thread, it will try to see is there any error handling in my sublog. First it will check. If not, then it will go to the default error handling. That's how internal mechanism will work. And if you understand the error event architecture, event processor, then error handling will be very easy to understand. It's not like a big thing. It will be easy to understand once you understand the backend processing how it happened. Yeah, like people all know like on error propagate and on error continue, but I'm just giving the short introduction people who are new to this one. So propagate is like as we discussed is the event processor. So if anything in the event it is breaked in the middle of it because of some unexpected error. So it will an error propagate will stop it and it will give the error response what we got in the particular. It will not forward the event. The thread will break it and it will back to the listener component and will give the error message what we have what we handle in the proper error handling. This is how the propagate work. So if you see the 1 2 and is it fail at number 2 and it will go to the propagate and it will give the, you see here it's a red, so that means it will always give the like it will not give the success response. It will give some different what is the error. If you have a is number is like data expression, I give like internal server error. That's how the propagate work. So continue is like you see the green color differentiation between the propagate. It's like it will always continue in the thread. If even if the event breaks, it will continue thread and will give the always success response. So if you see this diagram and will give the green color from 3 to 4. That's how that's the meaning of success response. So when you are calling from process to system or experience to process APIs, so you always get the success response. The continuing means you'll get always 200. So that if that's the basically into the backend is a thread mechanism of the event processor. So yeah, we have a try catch that we'll cover in the next demos or coming slides. So try catch is something different if you handle in the flow level to continue the next coming process. next upcoming processor without going back to the listener. Then we'll go the try catch. Try catch is something you can handle. You can handle the thread to forward the next event processor. So that's about the try catch, continue, and propagate. And yeah, meantime, if you have any doubts, yeah, you can put in the chat or you can unmute it, and you can ask it any questions or any doubts. I'm happily to answer your doubts. Okay. Yeah, the next is like, so like if you're having developing a large scale enterprise application, so it is not possible to every time to handle separately error handling in the sub block level. We will do it in the like sub level when we have a requirement, but it is always best practice when you are developing any large scale applications. So better to maintain global exception handling, and that global exception handling should be reusable across all the projects. So maybe we can develop some framework level where we keep that global error handling there, and that I'll show in the next demo level how to do it when you develop the framework level of global exception handlings and all. But better to, so we should have some global exception, global error handling. So basically what Mule will do is like, first, it will check in the sub level if you have any error mechanism in the sub level, flow level. And one more thing, sub flow, we don't have any error handling. We cannot do any. If you want to do any error handling in the flow, like sub flow level, you need to use always flow. You cannot do the sub flow level like a child. Sub flow is like child. Child level, if you want to do any error handling separately in that separate block, you should use always flow. You should not use subflow. And error handling, global exception handling, will check it by default. If Mule will go and check it if any global error handling is there in the project. That we need to do like this in the global elements. Do the configuration, in the configuration, go into default error handling, and you need to map it, what are the global exception handling you develop. So project will take it automatic, app will take it automatically. That's how I'll show in the demo how to do it. Yeah, this is what our main agenda. This what how to build a custom error modelings, and it's like easy. It's easy if you have a single connector rather than building large scale of error handling entire project. So if you have a single connector with simple usage, it will be easy. Wherever you require error handling, just drag that connector and use it. That's it. You don't need extra error handling separately, custom level, nothing. Anything will take it the connector. So that's how I'll show it how to build your own custom level connectors. That I'll show in the demo in the how to build the error handling. So uh, this is all the tabs that we can declare in the connector. This is the connector sample prototype. Custom errors, common errors, response keys, previous errors, and all we will discuss in the when we're doing the live demo. These are the features we'll get it from the module, error module. So anytime you have a proper JSON response, so it will be easy to understand everyone if you have any errors. You have a proper JSON response. It is easy for your development also when you're calling from PAPI to SAPI. If SAPI gives any error, if you give a proper JSON response, then you can handle some proper development in the PAPI level. Same thing will follow from the PAPI to API also. That's how it will help you if you properly maintain common standard structure across all the layers from API to PAPI, PAPI to SAPI. So common JSON response. Anything you got entire project, any error you got it, that should be common standard error response. So it will be easy. So that's how this module will convert into the proper JSON response, and it will be customizable for your API kit and any of the HTTP level errors. Yeah, this it will propagate. These are all some features. We'll discuss more on the demo rather than theory on the slides. So common error tabs. This is how the one of the tab that look like. So common error is basically in our general projects you do like uh, in the API kit router level you get it some when you invoke the RAML project you'll see some error messages. If I handed bad gateway, you should give this type of message. All this. So rather than putting different components, you can put it here in the layout of all the errors. These are all common errors. So this message, if the bad request got, I need to display this message. If unauthorized, so you can put it your own custom message. So that's how internally if you got unauthorized, this page will get displayed in our response. So that's how the layout. We can add any number of this fields. I'll show in the when we're building the module. Common error is this is all common errors, so it will have your custom messages and custom errors like you have if you want to. This is like user defined error message, but I want like custom error message from the directly from the error object. So we can use this custom error tab. So that will be shown here, the custom error tab. You can have this can be done with your data file. I will show the data view logic, how to give your custom errors data view thing. This is something user generated error message. If this is something features that is available in our module, use this. If you make it, this is a toggle. If you make it true, that means it will take it by default error mechanism like error dot description, like what system is giving. If it's unauthorized, what mule object is giving, that message will get if you make it true. If it make it false, if you got bad request, simply the user defined message will get it populated. That's how this is a toggle. If it's true, then it's like system generated error object message description will get generated. And one more thing is like previous errors. I think most of the people will face this issue when we're developing the mostly in the system layer APIs. So what system layer APIs will do when you're calling the system APIs to your target system, mostly for the REST APIs or any SOAP APIs. So what Mule will do is like sometimes, not always, sometimes uh, Mule will do what the sometimes you will get some like you are calling some Salesforce system REST API or calling that Salesforce system. If you got it like 401 not found error, but that messages will not give properly by your error dot description tag. Something it will be hidden in the inside of your error object, like in the typed value. So you need to separately handle it to get that proper uh, error message what target system is giving. So I think most of the people will face this one when we're doing. So sometime you are like target system is giving some response, but Mule is giving some different response. Something is not giving the proper response. You need to handle. So that's all about the previous errors. So Mule will override your previous error messages like target system into your default error. That's why you'll see if target system not able to see the target message error message, you need to do separately. That will cover in this connector automatically using some data views. Any questions? Okay.
Yes, I there are.
This connector has been released to public exchange and is corresponding source code. Yeah, it is there in the public. I'll show it. Where is it? But there is some licenses should be there. I'll show it how to do it. And this demo is mostly on how to do customization of this one. Yes, scenarios of previous errors. Yeah, I'll show it in the demo. What's the previous errors? How to handle it? Is it your questions is answered? I'll show the Git repository. after the completion of the demo, I'll show it. Previous errors, yeah, I'll try to show it, but we need some real-time, some proper API to handle it. But I'll show it all the scenarios and how to do it. Okay, let's back to slideshow. Yeah, this custom XML SDK. So, like we use mostly all the Mule projects. We use a lot of different connectors in the different projects. But but backend, if you want to do any type of custom connectors, so you have any idea, and if the connector what you are using by it is giving by MuleSoft is unable to handle your custom logic, or if you want to reduce your work using some building some custom modules. Like basically it's a module where it's like function where you're calling this connector is basically any connectors basically it's a function you're calling, and it will do backend all the logic of that function and will give the response. So it's a function. Backend is a function. So if you want to build SDKs, so that will be useful across all our projects. So there is two SDKs. This MuleSoft is provided to implement our custom level logics. So that's XML SDK and Java SDK. I use both, but compared to Java, as XML is compatible very easy compared to Java. It's not like you should follow XML or Java. It's a flexible. If you are flexible with Java, you can go with Java. If you are flexible with XML, and you can go it. That's all about the SDK. Before going to build any SDKs, so you should do some, because SDKs is morely depend on the Maven. So what need to do before building? So if you have in demand, what I need to build some SDKs. So where to start and how to start and all those things, questions will trigger in the mind. So the first step we need to go is like go to your .m2 repository. So your Maven, is like all the people are familiar with MuleSoft is Maven. So go Maven and our users folder, and our user folder. So .m2 repository. There you will see the settings.xml. So in the settings.xml, you need to configure these profiles. You need to configure this profile. This is MuleSoft provided profile repository. So this is basically uh, MuleSoft will give the template. Basically, it's a prototype. They will give the sample prototype, basic setup of prototype. They will give it. If you put these profiles and execute this command, I'll think I'll show in the this command where is there in the MuleSoft documentation. I'll show it. Don't worry, I'll show it. This one, if you execute this command, you will this Maven will download automatically from the MuleSoft MuleSoft repository, from public repository. It will download the SDK template. So if you have a template, then you can start building your logic. So that's how MuleSoft is organizing. So you should download the template and start working your logic. And how to build it, we will discuss in the demo. So these are the features in the XML SDK. So they will be module, operations, input parameters, and the body. So operations is basically, if you have see the HTTP connector. So module is basically HTTP. I'm taking example as HTTP. HTTP is the module. In the HTTP, you have a listener and requester. There is a two operations. So basically, operations is like in the connector, how many different type of operation. If you take the file, read, write, these are our operations. So that's how you need to declare in the operation section. Module is one. So that's all of the complete connector module name. Input parameters is basically your field names. So in the layout, if you see the different, if you have a HTTP listener, you have HTTP port, HTTP path, and all those things you should declare in the parameters. Body is where you write the logic, where you do the exact logic we'll do in the body. So these all are different parameters. SDK attributes, mostly we'll discuss more on the demo part, how it covered in the attribute section. These are all different attributes. And one more thing, so once you develop the XDK, how to publish it? So actually, why we need to publish it? So because you can do it from the local also, local Maven, but why we need the publish? So why the any MuleSoft is giving the Exchange as a common repository to share it all the. So you develop your SDK, have it 10 members in the team. So you publish it your version, and people can, because you are publishing it to your organization Exchange. So all the 9 members in the team, they can directly download from the Exchange and start using your logic. That's how publish it, and the common can be shared by the all the people. Same thing if you have a CI/CD pipelines. So it will be already in the Exchange. It will take it from there when we are building the app. So based on the dependency, when you are giving in the POM level, it will take it to our artifact ID version and all those things. So that's how publish, how to do it publish. In our POM, you should have this distribution management. So in the distribution management, this how you should give this Exchange to, this is all IDs basically. So you have your username, password, if any one platform. So you should declare this Exchange to ID, username and password in the settings.xml, and same ID you should give it. So what POM will take it is like POM will go and check it, is there Exchange to in the settings.xml, and take the ID, username and password. If you have a client credentials like app, like you have a, if you basically in the real time, you don't share any username password, you create a connected app. It will create the client ID and client secret of the connected app, and you can pass it there. So it will take that credentials and publish to using this organization ID. That's how Maven and POM will organize it, your SDKs to build it and publish it to your Exchange. Yeah, any questions? We'll go into the demo. Meantime, SDKs, you have any questions in the SDKs? Okay, so this custom, can you show? Okay, yeah, I'll wait for them. I'll do it. Okay, okay, let's go to the demo. Okay, so yeah, first step is like, that's what before what we discuss. Just showing this one. I'm just keeping the duplicate. So first step. So if you go there, this one XML SDK. There are proper documentation available in the MuleSoft XML SDK. If you go there, come down. There will have profiles. Add the profile in our settings.xml. So if you're having our if you are using a Windows, it will be under C folder under your users profile, and using the .m2. Under your .m2 will be a settings. If you are using the Mac, it will be under library for config. Under config, you should have settings.xml. And so this is how the settings.xml will look. So you should have these profiles. Okay. Under the profile, you should add this profile repository. You should add it. So that's how one step we need to add it. And next step is like, take this command. Already this command. So yeah, take this command. What is there in the MuleSoft documentation? So now I've added this profile this one, and second step, executing this command. So basically, which folder? Basically, you take any folder. This folder I need to download the template. So execute this command here. Here, just execute this command. You start downloading your template. It will ask like S. If you give no, it will stop it. So see. So it will download the project from MuleSoft repository to that particular folder. So just import it. So this is like basic template, it will download it. So once you download the template, this is like hello extension. So just import the template project. Just import the project. Wherever you just downloaded the template, just import the project. Just click finish. Okay, this template, this MuleSoft is giving the, so here in the XML SDKs, everything you should do it by all the, you don't able to see any flow level implementation. Here SDK is purely you need to write all the lines in the logic level, in the code level. You don't see any flows to drag it and implement the logic. All SDKs you need to write purely a implementation of the code. So here you go, this is a folder structure, main resources or mule extension. This is what we, it is giving some, this is the extension they've given. So based on that, it will download it. This is like hello mule extension. So that's why it's downloaded. So here, this is how SDKs will look like. Operation and this is operation what we discussed here previously. Operation is basically we have a listener requester. So each one is a one operation here. If you put operation as a one object, that is basically you are implementing one functionality in the connector. So basically the connector name is, module name is the HTTP. The module name is HTTP. Under HTTP there are two modules, listener and requester. That's how the operation will look like. A body is like you implement some okay, we'll go back to our connector. I'll show here. I'm just closing this one. So I'm just opening the global error connector. First I'll show the connector UI, how it is there, then we can discuss with the logic what we are discussing. This is the connector error handling framework. Just I give the name, so we can give it any name. So this is the connector. So one connector will handle all your error handling logic. So I just put this one in the global level. So all the logic would come here. It will handle in the error handling connector. So what is there in the connector? So if you see drop down, this is all tabs in the SDK. How to get this one? Each one, I think you are using different type of connectors. You will see this type of, each one is a tab. So I will open the logic here, plugin. Okay, if you see here, come down. Yeah, here you see here tab. If you put the tab, so that means it's set. So in the tab, you can put the parameters. Basically, the parameter is like, if you see here under the operation, this operation starts with error handling. So if you see here, there is no different operations. I have only one operation. If you have different operation, you put one more operation, will come in. Like read and write. If you see any different connectivity here, this is all different operation, security filter, listener and all. If I have only one operation, you see here, there is only one operation here. From here to, if you close it, yeah, there is one operation. So one operation is basically basically it's calling the function. You're calling the function and implementing all the logic inside it. And you call that function and connector will do it, all the function operation, and it back. It's like all the connectors, the basically the theme is the same. It's calling the functions basically. It will reduce your work. That's what, if you're using connectors means you will reduce all the backend, all the job is taken by connector module. So let's back to parameters. What this parameter is like. So if you go the SDK here, so before developing any SDK, you should understand this font table file. If you understand this font table file, it will be easy and you can build any connector, because all the logic you to try to understand using tab file. So this all why to use this one and which time, which scenario, what to use and all. So we'll discuss more here because it will be the more important. All the remaining, all the documentation. I said the tab 5 is the more important. If you understand this is, then it will be very easy to build any connector. Parameters, yeah, parameters. So parameter starts here. Parameter is basically in the tab. This is like one field. So if you open this one, I'm opening the tab as common errors. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, sorry. Uh, this one app. This one, the tab is like here. If you open this API details, API details is like one parameter. So parameter is basically the field name in the UI dropdown. Basically, I'm just showing the correlation between the code and the UI, how the connector UI you need to set up. Before building any connector, you should first design your UI screen, like which parameters and which tab you should have it, and what data types you should be there, and all you should write some prototype before building any log. Like hands-on, if you start it before design your full UI screen and what parameters and all those things, then you start implementing in the code level. So that will be very easy. Otherwise, it will be mess up. You start directly building here, you change here and there the tabs and all those things. So start building the first prototype, a template, and same thing you start correlating with your implementation. That one suggestion I can give it. What I just faced it, I'm just giving as a suggestion. So API details here, the API details is the tab. So if you see here, use generated error. So if you see here, use generated, where is it? So it is there in the tab of common errors. So in the common errors, you go there and see it. This is a common errors. So all this one is getting by common errors tab. I use generated error description instead. So it is there. This is a field name. So why is getting true and false? So true and false is getting because you are using boolean data type as boolean. So it will not take anything as a like dynamical, just because you did. Type is basically the data type. So if you put the string, then uh, it will take the string data like that. It's a type. Use optional means that's how you see, right? Some connectors, some parameters and fields, you'll see the required as a true. So that's all use. So if you go and see this documentation, type is required. If you put it required, then it's a mandatory field. Like people who are using the connector, they should make it required as a mandatory field. Yeah, default value too. Default value, sometimes you put some default value, automatically connector will take some default value. So the default value is like even you don't, like people, the developer, if they didn't provide it, the default value take. That's how the default value would work. A role is something it will work on the, this is optional, you can avoid it. The role is basically the attribute of the SDK's behavior to change it. So that one, order is basically, so in the UI uh, have 10 parameters. So which one we should get? So here if you have this custom as a comma, this one have 10 parameters. So if you give the order number, so based on the order number, it will allocate it. That's how this parameter. So you need to declare all your parameters here. So all the if you keep type is string, by default it will take as a fx. So you all know fx is a dynamically you can have the values. So if you see here, I can pass it dynamically. So it will, connector will give automatically. You don't need to separately handle the logic. If you give type, it will give fx enable automatically. And display name, yeah, display name is like, you see this is the display name. If you can see this one, this is display name. This is the display name, so that you need to put it the display name here. And the description, yeah, this dog description will be there. So the dog description means this one. So sometimes you working with some connectors, I don't know what is a better practice. So people who are using your connector, if you scroll down here, this highlight this, if you highlight your mouse here, it will give some description what this field will actually do in the connector. So better you maintain the doc dot description here. Doc dot description, you put it here, in the here, and then you will get the description highlighted in in the connector UI. That's how. This is optional. This is all what we discuss. Parameters, yeah, parameters is basically inside the operation. So there will be two things. You have any global level. Global level means this is global level. So you see some plus symbol and you see this is global level. So this will be across all the operations. You have a listener. The configuration, the listener configuration will be across all the different operations. So this is like global settings. How to get this one in the connector? How to get this global level? So this will get it by using property. So if you give the property, and same thing here also, if you have the tabs here in this one, property means by default it will create the global module. Global module means here you will get it global module, and you'll click it. Same thing, you'll get it tabs, different tabs here in the property section. So this is how the properties. So properties will not have any root tag. Same thing like here, parameters will not have any root tag. So it will be a single properties. So it will be a single properties. And here properties wait. Okay, and behavior, this is role. We already discussed the role and behavior. 1 minute. Let me give me. Sorry. Uh, okay. And what? So parameters we already discussed. Properties is all about the in the order. In the orders, the same thing. We can default. So I put the environmental here, and you will get the environmental here in the top level. You see here, click please plus, and you see the environment. Same thing. You can define anything here. And one more thing, here there's all parameters and all you can declare. And one thing is like, you see any connector, you get the drop down here. Here you see some API details. So how to get this one? So you see something like this is all enum functions. So how to get this enum functions? So in the enum function to get it, so you need to put it the catalog.xml one file here in the catalog.xml. You should put the, so, and one more thing, keep it in mind when you're putting the catalog file, you should be name convention should be always same with the root plugin.xml. So if you have something like error handling dash plugin.xml, the catalog name is also should be same, exactly same, like what are the naming convention you follow dash catalog. So this is the standard naming convention. You put different name dash catalog, it will not work. So you should put your catalogs.xml. And so how to get this one? So if you open this one, here, how are you getting this one? How is getting this one? So Q1 one .json file, this one. Where is it? Yeah, this one, .json. So you should put type as string and enum, and you should put all your values, what the drop down you should get it. So user can click it directly from the user drop down and it will populate automatically. That's how the enum function will work. Enum, and how to define in the catalog. Just simply you put the type as this one. You put this is user defined. You can put it any name, and format is application slash JSON, and you should use the format slash JSON plus schema, and you should give the location. So my location is this one. You have a location. You are maintaining all our catalogs in the different something like you're maintaining the separate folder, like you're maintaining the schema and sometimes schema, and so how to navigate? Same thing in the RAML, how you do. If you give two dots, it will controller will go back to the main road and it will go to the schema folder. And you should give like this. So if you are having the different root structure, you should maintain the two dots backward and give the folder name and you give the file name. But I'm using directly in the resources. I'm using dot slash just schema, and how to assign this one in the connector. So previously use the connector type as string. This type as any means any data type will take it. But here now you should give the catalog name. What is the catalog name you just defined here? So a log type. So you should put the type as this one. So what it will take it? So it will call the catalog, and in a catalog enum function will call it, and based on the enum function the drop down will get it. That's how drop downs will work in the module. Same thing here. I put the enum trace and all. This one I put it. Same thing I defined here in the schema. So the default value I put it here as a log. I put it default as a info. So that's why in the connector you will able to see info level is a connector here. Here you will see it as a info. But one thing is like I just faced this issue, and that's why I'm saying. So you put some 4 or 5 different values. So here you should give the default value as the, especially in the catalogs or enum when we are using, you should give the exact name in the default value. That's how you should give something like info one, or what are the catalog in the enum function the value is there. If you give a different value, so what will happen is like this is SDK, so it will not throw any error. It will not throw any error like where is the error and all, because that's the one drawback. So you will not, something like in the app your flow level, you will not able to see where is the error and all. So you need to troubleshoot a lot, because there is no proper error will not give it. So that's what I face it. So it will not build your project, it will not export your project. So that's a one problem I just face it. So I'm just giving when you're doing. So make it default value, what are the value given. Otherwise, don't give the default value. So if you give something different value which is not there in the catalog of enum, so you will face lot of challenge to to find the error, because you don't know. It will not give the what is the error, where is the error. So you think that there is different error and all. So you'll face lot of issues. Yeah, operation is basically here this operation body. The body is basically you do the actual logic. You can use set variable. Set variable is basically the variable what normally you take it. You can, this is like one flow, that's it. You cannot build number of flows. It's a calling function, execute and just come out of it, that's it. You cannot call sub operation inside it. So set variables you can put it. And payload is basically what you do the exact logic, all the logic what you put it here, and that's it. Attributes, so after the connector you should throw some attributes. What are the attributes? Header, like any headers, anything you just put it. You can put loggers also, same thing. This is all purely what you see in the configuration XML, same type of code you need to write it here. All the manually you need to write all the logic and the code. So here the parameter, how to call this parameter inside the value, because now in the external world the value is coming through parameter. Now something value is passing here, how to pick that value in the your business logic. So anything parameter inside is a variable, so anything you're calling this parameter response key, something like that, you need to call var star in our data view logic. So that's how the connector, this is a high level all the steps what you need to take. And the one more thing is like how to put the icons. So in our icon folder, in our icon.svg should be a svg, like scalar vector graphic image. You should not put .jpg, .png and all. You should put, and you should not put any other name. You should be always standard icon.svg. You put a different name, it will not work. So you should put the icon.svg. Yeah, that's all about the connector configuration. Any dots will go to the error handling demo. I'll run the project and show it. Okay. XML, can you please how to use the imported sample project at the starting of the stage? Okay, this in XML. This already I just shown, right? So you should have the profile section. You should execute that. You should execute that command what MuleSoft is giving. In the XML, common error is the first tag. Properties, common error is the first tag. Okay, but in a property it is the tag. Yeah, you can. So it is not. So basically here, come here, show it. Common error. So this is like common errors. So common errors is the first tab. That's what here. If you see, go and open API details. Okay, here I put the API. So basically it will so because I didn't put the any role here, so that's why it taking the first, because for the this one I didn't put any role. So it's basically okay, this one API details content. So I need to look at this one. Drop downs. Okay. API details. I came it first. Okay, I'll check it how this is coming. I think it basically depends upon the roles. So how the allocate your roles based on that. So where it comes first and where it comes down, but it doesn't matter. So you should mainly focus on the data types. So it's like uh, mainly basically it's in the internally what's the logic and all. You should correlate it. Tabs, I think, yeah, I think it's based on the alphabetical order, I think. So it will get automatically based on alphabetical order, the tabs, because this is the 3 tabs I given. This is all by default tabs. It will come automatically. I think that's the answer, I think. I didn't try it, but I think this is coming by default as automatically alphabetical order, the tabs. Okay, and let's show this one. So here we have 7. Okay, we'll close in 20 minutes. Okay, we have this connector. So here we have the custom errors. Common errors basically all you put the default all the default error messages, just like you can use a define. But the main thing is like you should have your common errors tabs. So common errors here. First I'll run the project so I can. So I just put one project in the global error handler and drag down your error handler, this one, and put the connect on error continue and put the connector, and in our global elements, click global elements, the configuration, Here you should referencing the global error name. So that's it.
Are you sharing?
Okay, sorry, I'm not sharing. Okay.
No.
You are sharing. I can see studio. On air
Uh,
continue.
yeah, I'm just showing the screen.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Okay, so the continue and that's it. You should put this connector and I'm just using HTTP status. Why this one? So in the listener, you should put some what are the status codes we are getting. So if you go and see this one in the listener, in the listener level, any project you'll see this one in the responses. This what in the error response you get the status codes var start http status, so you should you should give the status code as this one. That's why I'm putting here. So one logic I just put it here is like, so anytime in the system APIs level, so I should give always 200 response. So any situation, my system layer should not break it. So when you are calling from process to system, you should not break it the thread. So my system layer is always get the 200. Then just keep it some property in this one in our AML. Just put the some status code as 200. So if your status code is 200, then any of the error you get it, error will get it, but inside the HTTP status code will get the 200. That's why I put the logic. If the status code 200, you'll get 200. Else, what the exact error you got it, that error message, it will get populated. So I'll just run this one. Okay, I'll stop it. I'll run debug it. So, and the logic here is like, uh, all the logic here is the common. So here, if you open this one, how the logic is rendered. So here, so if you see here, first thing is like, we need error type. What is the error type? So if you see here, I'm getting imported get error type as thing from the this module. Where is this? So it is there in this plugin colon common.xml. So how it is going? It will pick this one. So it will open this file. We'll have a data view file here. So what is this get error as string? So error type. So basically, if it is a blank of error type dot namespace. So if you open this one, bash dot error is the object. In the error, you will get the error type as the sub object. So what is the error type? It's a unauthorized or it's a bad request. All these tags will be there in the error type, in the error type object. So if you have an error type, you'll get the what's the exact error. It's a bad request or not found or unauthorized or a mule expression error. All this will be in the error type. So now we are calling this function in the common file bars dot error type. So if you see here, this is simple logic. If it's not blank, then you'll get it in the namespace colon the identifier namespace. That means HTTP is the namespace. HTTP colon bad underscore request is the identifier, because error type is the one sub object inside the error. So you'll get it, because if any error we any error type if is not getting, then we'll get an unknown. Like if all the error type is not, any error type is not getting in the error object like identifier and the, by default you'll get unknown error. That's why sometimes you'll see unknown errors, because we are not, mule is not giving any type of error type. So sometimes if anything we are not getting, simply put the unknown error. Unknown means it's like 500, like unexpected error this MuleSoft is not giving. So that's how error type logic will work. So first I'll run it and show. So here I'm just running one logic here. Data view. I just put one project here, some sample project. This one. Okay. I just put the okay, data view. I just put here in the project, here in the exception implementation, here I just put the some routes here payload. What I done is like I just converted some XML, but this will give an error because I'm giving the sample this one. So just hitting. If you go and see here, so it is going the XML because I'm just put the wrong data view. So now what will happen? So I don't have any error handling here. I don't have sub level error handling. Just click it next. We will try to get into the global error handling because we are already giving the configuration the global error. Now you go and see. So it will take it automatically all the payload, what's the error and all. I just handle some logic inside it. So put it, go and see. So this is the proper JSON object. So what we can put it here. So what is the error region code 500 because it's an internal server error 500. And error event ID. So event ID sometimes in the console you'll find difficult to find where is the error and what is the error. So everything you'll get one event ID. If anything error breaks, the thread event ID will get it somewhere here in this one. You will get the event ID. So that event ID is basically this one. You will print it here somewhere. But you will able to see the event ID. So that's basically the thread event ID and the console logs you'll able to see. App name, this is all how it is getting API details and all. If you open this connector here in the connector in the API details we put it. See, I just put the app name conversion like remote address, this correlation ID. This is how internally it's going API details in the logic. It is going as a vars dot here it's a vars.apa. This is all vars.apa. Vars.apa means all that object will take it and it will get it in the API details. Error 500 data view expression error and message is like why we got the error and error type. That's what we discussed. The error type is mule expression error. And this all description. And one more cool thing is like sometimes you don't know where is the exact error and all where to find it. So I just put the failing location. Location is like in this project sometimes you're working in the production support or something, you got any error, we have a big flows and we don't know where is the particular location where we got the error and all. So you go and see the error failing location. It will be the exception module, this one under this file .xml here, module .implementation.xml here in this project. This is failing location is the project name dot implementation file implementation.xml, and you see that line number 35. You go and see, go on 35, you click it, control, and this where the error is and why this error. So you can see the trace point also. Trace point is basically you will get the component name. You put some what is the naming convention you put, that will get it here. Flow name, where is the flow name, how the flow name I'll get it. Routes is like in this choice where is the route you got it. So if you start with 0 1, it starts with 0 0 1 2. So in the choice I have the second route I got failed. That's why you can put it failing route. So in the choice you can put the second route. Same thing I'll try with the parallel for each also. So if you have a parallel for each, right, just put this one parallel for each. Here I'll just put this one. So here now we having the parallel for each. Just I put the sample project to route this one, payload.route. So it will go here and click it. So it will fail. It will come. It will come out of it. So here you see this is a mule composite. Composite routing will always get in the scatter gathers, any parallel mechanisms and all will get the composite routing. You see here now, this is route 0 this is route 3. This is route 3 means in the choice connector I have the route 3 in this one. Sometimes if you're using the parallel mechanism, you don't know where is the error you got it. So this is the third route, third route in the first thread you are getting. If you put some other object with success response, and let's try this one. Success response with some second parallel for each as a thread, as a error response. So here put the same, just put some proper test. Okay, this one. This means first we'll get success. In the parallel for each, second thread will get break. Let's see here. So basically in the parallel for each, you need to do some in the sublet. So you see here, this is choice router. In the choice router, third route is like in the, this is third route. Here, the route one means first one is got success, second parallel thread is got fail. So that's how you see here in the route one. And I put the some payload also. Payload means why you put the payload. Sometimes you need to see the what's the payload you got failed at the particular instance of that error. So that's why I handle here payload, the how I got it payload. So in the connector, I just pass the payload also here in the, see the API details. I just pass the payload details as a payload here. Same thing in this payload will go there inside it, and you see the payload as var start payload, and success as if by default I given the status as failed, because this is anything just to identification of this error object. So I just get the payload. So one more scenario is like, so this is fine. This is error handling in the global level. Sometimes you will get error scenarios need to handle in the sub level. So here also you got some failure. I got some failure response. That failure response you need to handle separately. Some different logic you need to handle. You get this type of scenarios there in the real time. So same thing. Just on error continue. You don't need to do any logic here. Just keep the just drag that connector. That's it. So now let's see here how it works. Here. Okay. I'm just passing this one. So here you got it here. So I got fail, and it will come as a fail. So you need to separately handle if payload dot status is equal to fail, you need to add some logic here. If payload dot status is equal, or you can directly drag some logic and you can route, or outside you keep some choice. If payload dot status is fail, then you route that logic. If it's something success, it will go as a success. Let's see. Test name. Okay, this one. So see, this is success because I'm directly going the success. So that's how you can handle in the try catch level also this connector, and in the global level also you can handle this connector. The logic basically, it is a simple data use. You can write the GitHub repository is there here. MuleSoft. I just modified some catalyst error plugin. All the code is available here. You don't need to, but I just modified here. This is the plugin. This is a MuleSoft Catalyst. It's a Git repository. There are cool features available. You can do a lot of R&D here. There's a lot of projects. Everything is there. You can start exploring different kits, all the different projects. Everything is there. Just go add a plugin. So you will have this here. You will have this source code, but the main thing is like this, to get this one you should have enterprise nexus repository, but we can do it without that also. Maybe next week I'll publish my code because I done some lot of customization using this code and all the logic without Maven Nexus because you start publishing the exchange, you should have the Nexus repository. So I'll just export it to my exchange. So open any point platform. I'll just export to it my exchange. So this is the connector source code I'm exporting to the exchange. How to do it? Any point meetup 1510. Okay, this is exchange. So now my connector is there, my code is there. So how to publish it? So in the connector, so one thing you need to do is like you have this organization ID, right? This organization ID, you have your organization. Where you will get this organization ID? So in the project, in the access management under your business group, you will get the this business groups. This you will click this one, you will get the organization ID. This is the organization that you need to put it here, and same thing you should put it here, but it's taking that dynamically from project dot group ID. So if not, you can put it here and go there and settings dot XML. You should put here also whenever you're exporting to the pub, you're exporting to the exchange, you should put it here. So here under that exchange to, this is the exchange to what this is the ID. You should put that dynamically. What's the value here? Same thing you should put it here. Exchange to here. Same thing you should put it here in the exchange to. Same thing, and same your credentials also should be put it here. That's what I shown here. Exchange to ID is the exchange to, and you should put your username and password. If you are connected app, you should be client ID, client sector, and the same exchange to this organization should put it, and just simply go to the project, click it, export, go there, click service. So you need to write this command maven clean deploy. So it will export to your exchange. The connector will start exposing to your exchange, and you are able to see all the projects you can tackle it. So yeah, that's and one more thing, whenever you are exporting anything to the exchange, maintain the versions. So versions is very important. So versions is basically, now I'm publishing the 1.6.0 version. So sometimes you do the any changes to the connector. So all the team members, sometimes some people are working already in the 1.06 version, and you do some code in the fix or some new logic you enhanced and you updated it to 1.07 version. So always maintain the versions. So don't delete the previous versions. It will impact your. Also, all the stable previous versions should be there. You should not delete it. Okay, let's see. So it got published. Let's refresh it. Where is it? Right, so let's see. Clean deploy. So it will directly export it here, and so same thing. You just download it from your. You can download it from Exchange. So same thing you're able to see in the POM. See in the POM level, you should see this the dependency. Your group ID, artifact ID, version, and this class variable mule plugin. So if any change you occur, just update the version. That's it. No more development. Just a connector will do the all the error handling. So the logic will already invoke using the version. So you don't need to do any changes in the code for the error handling. That's how the connector plugins will work. So it simplify your other team members' job. So no need to do all the projects extra work. Yeah, that's it, Sham. I can Any questions? I just completed my demo.
Okay. So is there any like public repo where you have published this?
Actually, I have my repo. I'll just publish it. I'll do
Maybe
it.
like, it will be
Mm.
useful like when we
Yeah,
get that code.
yeah. I'll post it in the LinkedIn. I'll post it in the LinkedIn once I need to do some more some more corrections. Once I done,
You
I'll
can,
export to
like,
my.
you can publish it to into your repo.
I
Then you
have
can,
my repo.
and then you can do the enhancement on top of it. That is fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Anyone having any question, they can ask.
yeah.
Uh, you have one question.
Okay, this is question. I may know which. No, once you delete that, yeah, this is very important. So, whenever you are publishing it into Exchange, keep it in mind. See now my connector got exported. So this is very important. So once you export it to your version, so that will stay in the only 7 days. After 7 days, if you try to like export it's the same version, it will not work. So because this 6 is already there, after 7 days you try to delete it, and if try to export it, then it will not work. So after 7 days you should not delete the older version. If you delete it, then all the code will not work. So it will impact our projects. If you are doing CI/CD pipelines, some projects is already working, previous projects is 1.0.5. After publishing it 7 days, the version will stay only reserved for 7 days. Before 7 days, you can delete and you can export the same version. But after 7 days, you delete it and you export the same version. It will not. The MuleSoft will not allow the same version to publish it after 7 days. If you want to delete before, do it in the 7 days of your starting time of your exporting, and do some enhancement of that version and export it. After 7 days, don't do it. If you delete it, so all the projects which is working in that older version need to change it. So it will impact your projects. That's how you could keep it in mind. You cannot recover it. It will be in the MuleSoft cloud repo. You cannot do it. Okay.
Yeah, hi Pramila. So the content like PPT will be uploaded into the meetup page,
Yeah.
and yeah, as I have asked for the like GitHub repo, like for the code, he will share it. Or maybe you can reach out to Sai Krishna in LinkedIn. He will share.
Yeah. Yeah, if you have any questions or any doubts, if you are trying to explore any facing issue, yeah, let me know in LinkedIn. I can help you.